NordicTrack has completely blocked the ability to enter privilege mode and install apps that make your experience a lot better. But why would they do that? Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. You've seen some of my other videos showing you how to unlock privilege mode on your NordicTrack iFit enabled exercise machine. So that would be bikes, that'd be rowers, that'd be runners, that'd be whatever else you can find that has that giant iPad looking thing on there that runs the proprietary iFit app. It's no secret that the NordicTrack devices all run on a version of Android operating system. For those of you who are not familiar, the Android operating system at its root, at its core, is an open source free operating system that is available to anybody for anything. That means that brands like NordicTrack can go and install Android on their devices without having to pay money to Google to use that operating system, which is a very good business model. Why would Google do that? Well, we can talk about their business strategy in a whole nother video. Most manufacturers start to implement their own features and subsets within that operating system. And iFit is no different. Yes, the core of the system runs Android. However, they wanted to make sure that they could control the experience for everybody to be the same. One of the best ways to do that is to lock it down. Before we get too far into this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. If you've seen some of our content already and have not subscribed, we want you to join our community. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's get back to the video. You start with a system that is very open by nature, and you start to close up that openness. And the way that the NordicTrack does that is by having the iFit app be persistently at the forefront. Those of you who have enabled privileged mode and have played around with it and then had it locked out on you, you've noticed that when you're running your other apps, the iFit app after a certain period of time will always open back up and turn on prominently to the front of the display. There are workarounds for this, and I've shown videos how to gain privilege mode back through a reset hack, how to gain privilege mode back through a secret code hack where you can actually just get that code and enter it in and re-enter privilege mode. Once you're in privilege mode, you do have access to the background of the Android system. You have the ability to sideload apps. You have the ability to install different task switchers and taskbars and multi-window displays and gain back your Chromecasting and connect Bluetooth devices and do all kinds of wonderful things. And a lot of people start to ask the question, why isn't this functionality built in from the beginning? Why would NordicTrack go through such great lengths to block you from having this access when it just seems like a no-brainer to allow you to install Netflix? It seems like a no-brainer to allow you to have Amazon Video or to have Disney Plus and all of these things because it makes the product so much better. But that's also where it starts to kind of fall down. And this is what I want to talk about to better explain this. If you've seen those videos where I show you, here's how to install this, here's how to do that, it is a bit of a daunting task. In fact, a lot of you perhaps have watched the video and said, that's a little outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to just stick with the iFit app. From a company's support perspective, that's where everything changes. You see, when you call that 1-800 number for support, they need to know exactly the experience that you're having and exactly the experience that is supposed to happen. As soon as you start operating outside that experience, you start to have apps that don't play nice together. There's certain apps that just are not built to run with a lower spec processor or to run with this screen resolution or to run in landscape mode. They want to run in vertical mode. And there's just so many variables that get introduced that the support side starts to get very difficult. And I think that's largely why NordicTrack has locked their machine down, because their machine at the root, it's an exercise machine and it's an experience through a purpose-built app. They want to control that and allow you to experience this product the way that they have designed it. Some people say, but I bought this, I should be allowed to do whatever I want with it. I absolutely agree. And that's why I hope that the current iteration of their security system, where it just asks for a code, is as far as they go, because you can unlock privileged mode, which allows you the ability to do a lot of these things that we've already talked about here. And I show you that in other videos. I totally get wanting to have usability and functionality and all that. In fact, it's the reason why my phone is an Android-based phone and is not an Apple phone, because Apple is known to lock things down. They're known to block all the core functionality so that you can only experience exactly what they want you to experience. You can only install what they want you to install. You can only run what they want you to run. You can only do what they want you to do. By controlling that experience down, they solve a lot of problems that having an unlocked system creates. And in fact, those of you who have followed my tutorials or have read through the comments from my tutorials, you already are starting to get a sense for what I'm talking about. I've spent a lot of my time recently answering questions in those tutorials where people have said, I've installed this app and now this doesn't work. I've installed this app, but now the app doesn't run. I've done this, but now the iFit app keeps coming up in front. There's all these problems that people are encountering. Could you imagine if every single iFit enabled device had that functionality, the number of questions that the tech support team would have to field and would have to try and work you through? And there's unlimited combinations of apps that you would be installing that could be causing experience issues, which they would never be able to know what the real problem was. By keeping it so small and so focused, they're able to provide that experience for 95% of users. Because let's get real, I mean, we are kind of a fringe group here of people who just want to be able to do more than we really should. It makes sense that this community needs to stick together and needs to support each other. What I encourage you, if you've seen these other videos and you see people asking questions, chime in. If you know the answer, jump in and share and support that group, because that's where this community will flourish. That's where we can support each other and help each other out in order to get the functionality that we want without having to deal with all of the challenges that could come from trying to gain that functionality. The next time you find yourself asking, why would they block this? Just understand it's a support issue. I don't think they really care if you've unlocked your machine, but they certainly don't want to be offering support to somebody who has ruined something because of an app that they installed, and then they're trying to support you through it. And that's really what it comes down to. They need to control that experience so that they can provide the support. And for 95% of the people, they're happy with that. For the rest of us, we will keep our backdoor access and keep this channel in your favorites, because if there's any changes to how that backdoor access works, obviously I will make a new video showing you how to work around that, because this is a cat and mouse game. They may change something and we may have to find a new way to access that something. And that's just the way that it works. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.